This lesson is 2.8 on multiply using mental math. So you can use several strategies. There's the multiplication strategy, there's associative, there is commutative, there's subtraction, a whole bunch of strategies that we can use. So in the first one, they use the subtraction strategy because 297 is 300 minus 3. So just remember, whatever you put in the parentheses is what this big number equals. All right, so there's also the strategy of friendly numbers. So let's go ahead and look at number 2, which is 14 times 25 times 4. Now, I love the number 25, right? Because it reminds me of quarters. Yeah. And so I can see that there are two numbers right here that have the number 25 that would work awesome. So I'm going to actually multiply 25 times 4 first. How many cents do 4 quarters equal?
100.
100 cents. So I have 100 now times 14. Now if I do the basic fact, 14 times 1, what's 14 times 1? 14, and it's 100, so I can put 2 zeros behind it. Now what strategy did I just use? Friendly numbers. So I'm going to write friendly numbers right here. Friendly numbers. That's my strategy. Okay. Next I have, we could do 604. I would recommend you use expanded form and break up 604. For number 4, I think we should do that. Which number should we break apart? Do we know our 5s times tables or our 28 times tables? 5s. Right. So I'm going to break apart 28, and I'm just going to say 50 times 28. What are two numbers that equal 28?
20 plus 8.
Let's do multiplication. What are some factors of 28? What two numbers multiplied together equal 28? 7 times 4. Let's do that. So we're going to do 7 times 4. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do 50 times 7. No. I like some more numbers better. Are there some numbers that would give me a nice, fancy, easy to multiply number? Would it be 7 times 5 or 4 times 5?
4 times 5.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that first. I'm going to do 50 times 4 times 7. What is 50 times 4, everybody?
20.
So 5 times 4 is 20, but it's 5 tens, right? So it would be 200 times 7. Ooh, look at that one. That works out pretty nice. What's 7 times 2?
14.
14, and because it's 200s, we have 1400. Okay, so what strategy did I use there? Remember there are it was actually associative because I made it 3 numbers times itself. So this is actually the associative property, and this is how you spell it. Associative property. Okay. All right, so I'm going to write up here, you could do friendly numbers. You could do associative property. You could do addition. So that's like expanded form. And you could do subtraction. Okay? All right. You guys have got this. You know what? We'll go ahead and do number either 5 or 6. Which one?
5. 6.
So let's look at 5. I had more people with 5. So we have section J in an arena has 20 rows. Each row has 15 seats. All tickets cost $18 each. If all the seats are sold, how much money will the arena collect for section I? So I'm really just doing 20 times 15 times 18. Okay, so are there any numbers that will get along really nicely? Will give us a nice fancy number.
15. If you cut 15 in half and make 25, and you have 10 times.
I could.
10 times.
I could, but are there already some numbers that I could multiply to give me a nice, neat number? What about 15 and 2?
Yeah.
What's 2 times 15?
20. 30.
If I doubled 15, that gives us 30, right? So because it's 2 tens, that would give us 300 times 18. Okay, so now I could just break up 18, or I could do 18 times 3. So let's go ahead and break up 18. This is just one extra step. 9 times 2? Do you want to do 9 times 2? Okay. Or do you want to do 3 times 6? We might know our 3 times 6 is a little more than our 9s. Let's do that. So now we're going to do 300. I'm going to just move up here. So now we're going to do 300 times 6 times 3. Is that going to be a little bit easier? Okay. 3 times 6 is...
24.
3 times 6 is 18. So then we have 1800 times 3. We're kind of in the same situation here, huh? Let's just count by 3s up to 18. This is a good one, isn't it? Oh, you know what we could do? Let's do this. Let's actually go, and instead of doing 3 times 6, let's do 3 times 3. Let's do that one. So 300 times 3 is 900 times 6. There we go. Okay, our basic fact, 9 times 6. If you want to use your finger trick, we have 5 tens and 4 ones, which is what?
54.
54 and 2 zeros is $5,400. So let's put a box around that so it's easy to find. What? We just did that crazy long number, or that crazy long problem in 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. But it was pretty much mental. That's pretty awesome. We're just fantastic. Okay, we've just done 3 problems out of the 7 problems on your front.
Okay.
Okay, all right, ready, go.